red and pink were considered to be the manly colors because they were the color of blood and courage and valor. Blue was considered to be the color for women because it was like the sky, it was gentle, it was calm. Now things have switched exactly the opposite, and we consider pink to be the color for women and blue to be the color for men. Why am I telling you this? Just to tell you that a lot of these are stories that we have told ourselves. As human beings, we're trying to make sense of how we live together in community, or how do we create our social connections, what do we value, what do we not value, what do we want, what do we not want. So marriage in a way is also one of the stories that emerged from this. And it has a lot of historical context in terms of private property, which happened when human beings started farming and owning land. How do you ensure that this land goes to someone who is your own heir or your own blood in that sense? And hence the whole concept of marriage, and then from it the kind of control on women, women's bodies and sexualities, women's movement, a lot of it has emerged from that. The concept of marriage, the way we know it now, is a fairly new phenomenon in the thousands and thousands of years that humans have been upon this planet. So I think it is time for those of us who have been through marriages, in whatever relationship it may be, whether they are people of the same sex, whether they are people of different sexes, whatever permutations and combinations of intimate partner relationships we have had, we know that sometimes you can outgrow them. Love may not last forever. Love isn't the only thing that can sustain a relationship. So when things don't work out, we need to find easier ways to separate so that we can all heal and we can move on to have healthier, happier relationships in the future. So this story that we have told ourselves, that, oh my God, divorce, she got divorced, that's terrible, it didn't work out, it's a failure. And on the other hand, we are seeing these massive celebrations of weddings. We are seeing people celebrating their silver wedding anniversary, golden wedding anniversary, and it's okay. I think we should recognize that both sides of it are okay. Having a breakup or a separation or a divorce is also okay, because that's your very personal, intimate relationship, and those are your choices. And someone who's celebrating a golden wedding anniversary and are just absolutely thrilled to have been with each other, together for this entire lifetime, that's fabulous too. So the reason I'm doing this work is, after going through my own divorce, I realized how hush-hush, how stigmatized, how shaming the whole conversation was, particularly for women. So if any of you are watching my podcast and you don't identify as a woman, please, I just want to clarify that the work that I want to do in terms of emotional freedom, in terms of normalizing the conversation, is really across the spectrum of all humanity. I'm choosing to focus my conversation on women in this context right now through this work that I'm doing, because in our country, in Asia, or even globally, it is women who are currently facing the brunt of all the oppressions as a result of the patriarchal socio-cultural context, and hence I address most of my conversations towards women. But anyone who is in a painful, toxic, abusive, difficult relationship really should normalize the fact that you are important, your self-preservation is very important, and your intimate personal choices are very valid, because no one else knows what you're going through. So if someone is trying to dismiss your options, if someone's trying to force you to stay in a toxic relationship, please find help and find some way to live this one beautiful life that we have in the best possible way to fulfill your own highest potential.